Welcome, everybody, to the 25th anniversary in the making. We're glad you could all join us here tonight. What a crowd. Thank you. It's so appreciated, and all the good that you've done is amazing. We're grateful to everyone who's here this evening, especially to John Murphy from Greatest Hits 98.1 for being our MC. Before we begin the festivals, I think everybody has a bottle of champagne at the table. Please take a minute, pour yourself a glass, or else just raise it if you don't plan on doing that. But we would like to raise a toast, and in honor of Dick Larson, Tom Larson, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, will be leading us in the champagne toast. Dick is a man who is truly a foundation of the Eau Claire Community Foundation. Dick and his wife, Marcia, are members of the Society of Founders. Dick is founding Board of Trustee member and has served as chair from 2005 to 2007, and also served on many numerous committees. Dick and Marcia established the very first family fund at the Eau Claire Community Foundation, the Larson Family Fund. And they're also members of our Legacy Society. We wouldn't be here today without Dick's dedication, nor without the entire founding Board of Trustees that helped to establish the foundation. Tonight, we're honored to have Tom Larson lead us in a toast to celebrate this milestone anniversary. Tom?
Thank you, Sue. Earlier today, Dad and I were discussing the foundation and tonight's event, and his closing remark was, "Just don't screw it up." I'm thinking that he was referring to the toast, though sometimes I just don't know. It is an honor to follow my father's vision and legacy in supporting the Eau Claire Community Foundation. I'm also humbled to join so many of you here tonight in celebration of an organization that makes such an enormously positive impact in our community. So many of you here have invested deeply and passionately in our community. Thank you. Many have also left lasting legacies through this foundation, and those of you who may be looking for opportunities to do even more, we have some ideas for you. For now, please join me in a toast as we celebrate the past 25 years of the Eau Claire Community Foundation and look forward to the next quarter century of living generously.
Thank you, Tom. Again, we appreciate what everybody is doing for us. Please, you have a place card, put it in the front of your plates, or right in the back there, whatever's the one behind there, so that everybody can find your meal, and you can quickly get served. And we will reconvene after. Thank you.
The special group is helping ensure that ECCF will stay strong for years to come by designating gifts to the Community Foundation in their wills, estate plans, or as one of the beneficiaries of their IRAs. As a thank you for their generosity, the founding Board of Trustees established a fund so that new Legacy Society members could recommend $1,000 in grants. Each new member chose a nonprofit to receive a $500 grant, along with a $500 grant to the Community Foundation's Community Fund. $20,000 was granted by our new Legacy Society members. Their names and grantees are listed in the program, and we share this video in gratitude and to recognize a great group of organizations. Because of this remarkable initiative, we now have over 200 Legacy Society members to help Eau Claire Community Foundation support future generations. We're truly grateful to those who joined this year and those members who are already with the Eau Claire Community Foundation. Every one of these nonprofits could share some incredibly inspiring stories, but the stories behind the Legacy members are no less inspiring. And now here's Sue to share some of them with you.
Thank you, John. Congratulations to all of our newest Legacy Society members over the past year and those that have been since inception. I had the privilege to visit with quite a few of these donors over the past year, and they've already made a huge difference by leaving their legacy for the future forever. Their stories and philanthropic goals were inspiring, and I'd love to share with you a few of those. One of our newest Legacy Society members said it best, and I'm going to read her quote. "The acorns planted 25 years ago are now strong forests worth of trees, making new acorns and forests of their own. I am so proud that our family has achieved one of our life goals by establishing a family fund at the foundation. Our fund will help with unmet needs for children in crisis. When we hit our goal, it will be the acorn that grows oaks forever, long after we are gone, through our legacy gift that we will be leaving." One of the inspiring stories, there's so many, but one of them I just truly enjoyed visiting with, and she actually is going to establish 4 funds at the foundation, not now, but upon her death. Those 4 funds, 2 of them will either support and enhance the quality of life of children. Another one's going to help support the needs of dental work, and the other is going to support our city dog parks. How great is that? But the 4th fund, that 4th fund was established, and it'll create a fund actually at the Eau Claire Public Schools Foundation, which is a supporting org of the Eau Claire Foundation. Those grants, dollars, once that is established, will be used to purchase seasonal pool passes for the whole summer for families that can't afford it in our school district. What an incredible goal. But you know, I was visiting, and this was before the news came out with Chippewa Falls and their pool and the question that's happening there and the concerns. Because who knows what's going to happen down the road? We don't know that. So I said, tell me, we need to look further into this. What happens if that pool is gone? What do you want to do? And she said, you know, what's most important to me is outdoor recreational activity. So those grants, at that time, the foundation will research upon her death and find the best place for outdoor recreational activity for children. So that's what's going to happen. One family established an unrestricted gift. Their idea behind that, they trusted the community foundation because they know what the greatest needs are in the community now and forever through the grant process. But then we do have another donor that says, you know what? I want to wait until death and I'm going to start a donor advised fund. But I have a mission with that donor advised fund, and it's going to be for mental health and addiction. So when the grants come through, or when the children or the family members work with other nonprofits or visiting with them, those are where those grants are going to go. I have one last story to share, Sharon. I worked with this couple, and pretty amazing thoughts that they had. You know, they're going to establish 2 funds at the foundation upon death. One of them is going to be designated, and it's designated to 7 organizations that are going to receive a grant forever. Now, I don't name these organizations, and I don't say who they are, and we don't throughout the years now, because we don't know when life will change. And we don't know what will happen, and so we wait. And we will work with what we have when the time comes. But their other mission was they carved out a percentage to establish a second fund that will fill a void in the Eau Claire Area School District's budget. Yeah, what a wonderful gift. What that's going to do is help pay for the school lunch program, whatever's left remaining in the summer. If there's extra dollars remaining, they will go in to support food for the families in need in the district. So those dollars will be used either way. I want to just mention a quote, and it was Jane Locken, our past board chair, current fund holder, Legacy Society member, along with her husband, John. And I know she loves community foundations. She actually established the first family fund at the Neilsville? Black River Falls Community Foundation. Black River Falls. But this, and Jane has said this more than once, but she says, our world is changing faster and faster in unpredictable ways. We know there will continue to be people and areas in need. With our legacy gift to our fund, we know we will support what's needed in our community to make it better forever. Donors, you can trust the Community Foundation. We complete the due diligence. We make sure that the grants are using for their best use in the community. Our purpose, and most important, is to continue to support our nonprofits forever. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you, Sue. Now we want to thank the sponsors who made this event possible. We were blown away by how many there were. As a special thank you, each sponsor at the diamond, gold, and silver level was able to recommend a grant to a different nonprofit. Each of our 2 diamond sponsors will be presenting a $1,000 grant. And we ask that the sponsors and their grantees step up to the side for a photo after the checks are presented. James and Sharon Manns and Carl and Diane Manns sponsored this event in memory of their son and grandson, Robert Manns. They explained why they selected Feed My People Food Bank as their grantee. In their words, as an orthopedist, Bob strived to improve the lives of others every day. Upon returning to Eau Claire, he recognized the food insecurity within our community. He would be pleased with supporting Feed My People in his honor, continuing the improvement of others' lives. Charter Bank chose the Chippewa Valley Free Clinic as their grantee. Seth Sundin is presenting the check on Charter Bank's behalf. As they explained, everyone has the right to good health care. The Chippewa Valley Free Clinic offers preventative care and helps patients monitor chronic conditions, providing all members of our community the potential of a good life. At Charter Bank, we are invested in the community, contributing to the welfare of your neighbors and building a legacy of prosperity for future generations. Contributing to vital nonprofit organizations like the Chippewa Valley Free Clinic creates a stronger community we all want to be a part of. We are truly grateful to the Manns family and Charter Bank for their generosity. Just a moment. There we go. Thank you. And we're also grateful to our gold and silver sponsors. Collectively, these sponsors are giving out $7,500 in grants tonight. And this slideshow will show you what an outstanding selection of grantees they chose. The sponsors explained why their chosen nonprofits are so dear to their hearts. Badgerland Printing is proud to support Girl Scouts of Northwestern Great Lakes.
Badgerland Printing wants to help ensure all girls are given the opportunity to do what they dream. so they can be the leaders of tomorrow.
Thomas and Jill Barlin are proud to support Joining Our Neighbors Advancing Hope.
Jonah performs an important public service by helping newly released prisoners in our community.
C&M Properties is proud to support Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwestern Wisconsin.
We've been involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters for over a decade and believe it's one of the most important organizations to support. Having the right mentor can make a huge impact on a child.
Crivello Carlson SC is proud to support the Pablo Center at the Confluence.
The Pablo Center is a vital part of our community as integral for providing exceptional programming and education into the future.
Market & Johnson is proud to support Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
Market & Johnson are longtime supporters of JA because their programs are fun, enlightening, and we have always been impressed with the opportunity to connect students with community leaders.
One Digital is proud to support Fierce Freedom.
Fierce Freedom works to end the cycle of human trafficking and exploitation. Through education that empowers communities, they work to protect the most vulnerable from human trafficking.
Whiffley is proud to support Hope Gospel Mission.
Hope Gospel continues to shine a bright light into people's lives who struggle with addiction and homelessness.
BMO Harris Bank is proud to support Literacy Chippewa Valley.
BMO's mission is to boldly grow the good of business and life. We chose Literacy Chippewa Valley because they help adults gain the literacy skills needed to make a better life for themselves and their families. Their services enrich the entire Chippewa Valley community.
Philip and Barbara Fye are proud to support the Longfellow Fund for Today.
We believe in its mission to empower students with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes for lifelong learning as responsible, productive citizens in a rapidly changing global society.
Dr. Phil and Jan Happy are proud to support Family Promise of the Chippewa Valley.
We chose Family Promise Beacon House Shelter because we have been involved there for many years. Homelessness is a big issue in our community.
McDonough Manufacturing is proud to support the Eau Claire Public Schools Foundation.
Helping students in the Eau Claire Area School District is a perfect way to help tomorrow's leaders.
Reuter Ware is proud to support the Community Table.
The Community Table provides a much-needed service by bringing together volunteers, staff, local organizations, and others to make hot, healthy meals available 365 days a year.
Security Financial Bank is a proud sponsor of the Eau Claire Community Foundation.
We believe in supporting the community, and ECCF provides a great way to do just that. We're proud to help them get the word out about their services by sponsorships through billboards and events.
Laura and Don Talley are proud to support the Boys and Girls Club of the Greater Chippewa Valley.
We chose the club because we feel that our dollars have a very big impact there. Kids get support to succeed with their education, character, leadership skills, and healthy lifestyle.
Wisconsin Credit Union is proud to support Eau Claire County Crime Stoppers Incorporated.
We chose Eau Claire County Crime Stoppers for the work they do to keep our communities safe.
The 25th anniversary event was also generously supported by 12 bronze sponsors and 10 event sponsors, as well as our in-kind sponsors. These gifts will continue to support the operations of the Eau Claire Community Foundation forever. Altogether, we have 42 sponsors tonight. A complete list is in the program. Thank you, sponsors. Your generosity is yet more proof that Eau Claire consistently exceeds expectations when it comes to philanthropy. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. These grantees are among the more than 500 nonprofits who have received Eau Claire Community Foundation grants over the years. We've already awarded thousands of grants, but our anniversary seemed like a perfect time to go even further by introducing a new crowdfunding platform called the Grant Catalog. During the year leading up to this event, we launched 4 grant catalogs, one for each of Eau Claire Community Foundation's 4 giving categories. Not only did the nonprofits raise money directly from the public, but all that raised at least $1,000 became eligible for bonus grants. The Eau Claire community came through yet again to make this nonprofit fundraising initiative wildly successful. Together, the nonprofit participants raised more than $200,000 in direct donations, and Eau Claire Community Foundation distributed $100,000 in bonus grants. We're excited for the $10,000 bonus grant awardees to show what they support has meant to them. Our Forum Futures grantee is the Eau Claire Public Schools Foundation, which raised money for the Gateways Fund. This fund supports a program to help students with disabilities ages 18 through 21 transition from school services to adult life. Between this grant catalog and donor-advised grants, Eau Claire Community Foundation is proud to have supported this great cause with more than $35,000 in grants.
The Eau Claire Area School District Film Academy is proud to present Gateways and Life Without Limits at the Eastridge Center, a community-based transition option Welcome to Gateways and Life Without Limits, 2132 Eastridge Center. Our beautiful space is only possible because of your generosity. A must-see Gateway student, learning in our new space, particular life skills. Cooking skills and vocational skills. Social skills, self-advocacy skills, recreation and leisure skills. Thank you for everything from everyone at Gateways and Life Without Limits.
Our Offer Opportunities grantee is Hope Gospel Mission, which raised money to help the homeless by providing basic needs and life-changing programs. With support from almost $275,000 in Eau Claire Community Foundation grants over the years, Hope Gospel has been able to improve countless lives.
Eau Claire Community Foundation, we thank you. This is Sandy from Hope Gospel Mission, and I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. If you could see what we see when our precious residents come through our door and how they leave when they are done on this beautiful journey, you would know why it's so important to give and serve and make a difference. And because of you, we can. And so thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate you, and especially on behalf of our residents, my deepest thanks.
I'd just like to thank those of you who donated to the mission. It goes to many great things like supplies that we need and the buildings and everything that makes this possible. So I just want to thank you guys so much.
Hi, I'm Susan Ambrose, and I have been volunteering here at the Hope Gospel Mission for 6 months, I believe. I heard about Hope Gospel Mission through Harvest Time Church in Chippewa Falls. Linda Veely, who oversees volunteers, came and gave a presentation at the church, and I knew right away that that's what I wanted to do. I love putting in my time here to enter data into the computer, and even though it doesn't feel like I'm doing a big part because I'm not out with the people, I know that everybody who brings something into the Bargain Center or Building Hope really wants to make a difference, and so putting in that data means I'm making a difference. So there you go. And just no matter how you donate, as you know, whether it be through the Bargain Center or Building Hope or financially, every single donation goes into rebuilding lives. And I just can't say enough about this organization and what they've been doing for so many people over these years.
Our Give Green grantee is the Boys and Girls Club of the Chippewa Valley Lee and Mary Marquardt Center, which raised money for a summer garden program for kids. Since 2002, Eau Claire Community Foundation has supported the club with almost $340,000 in grants.
On behalf of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Greater Chippewa Valley Lee and Mary Marquardt Center, we wanted to thank the Eau Claire Community Foundation for everything that they do, not only for the club, but for others in our community. We are very honored to be the recipients this year of not only one grant, but two. Donors have contributed more than $100,000 to support Boys and Girls Club kids since 2007. Support has ranged from walkie-talkies and gardening supplies to Healthy Habits programming and facility renovations. Whether funds have been restricted for a specific purpose or unrestricted to use where needed most, contributions have provided essential support to ensure that kids have experiences and opportunities that will impact them for their lifetime. The Form Futures Grant will help club members to come and explore their imaginations and be empowered to create great futures. With the support of the community, the club can give every member the foundation to use their gifts in the world. As a recipient of the Give Green grant, this will help us with our summer gardening programs. We will be expanding our gardening areas and adding another location. These additional funds will also help to teach about sustainability by growing our recycling program and adding education about composting. Club kids are a part of the gardening process from start to finish. They plant, maintain, watch the garden grow, harvest the fruits and vegetables, and then learn how to make healthy meals and snacks with them. Studies have shown that every $1 invested in a Boys and Girls Club returns $9.60 back to the community with future citizens that contribute positively to society. From all of us at the Boys and Girls Club Lee and Mary Marquardt Center, we want to thank you, the Eau Claire Community Foundation, so much for everything that you do for the community.
And finally, we have the Create Culture category grantee. The Eau Claire Children's Theater raised money to help it recover from revenues lost during the pandemic. This grant brings the total Eau Claire Community Foundation support of the theater over the years to almost $140,000.
The Eau Claire Children's Theater is a nonprofit, volunteer-driven community theater providing quality theatrical and educational experiences for Western Wisconsin residents of all ages. Founded in 1989, ECCT provides young people with theatrical experiences as onstage performers and as family audience members. Each season, ECCT presents 16 productions, Broadway musicals and plays based on children's books, along with school matinees, touring shows, summer classes, and special events. Like many businesses, the world changed for ECCT in the spring of 2020 with the COVID-19 pandemic. Masking, social distancing, capacity restrictions, the cancellation of productions and fundraisers, and the cancellation of whole programs like school matinees and touring meant a significant loss in revenue. ECCT was fortunate during that time of uncertainty to have the support of the Eau Claire Community Foundation with emergency grants. Last fall, ECCT was also fortunate to participate in the Foundation's first grant catalog in the Create Culture category, successfully earning the $10,000 bonus grant. While the current season has still had its share of COVID-related challenges, we are grateful to the Foundation for their help in keeping our doors open and shows on stage as we wrap up the 33rd season this summer and get ready to announce Season 34 next month.
You've just seen the reason that we're here. Supporting great nonprofits like these is the heart of the Eau Claire Community Foundation's work. Now I'm pleased to introduce Eau Claire Community Foundation Board Chair Linda Danielson to tell you about the President's Anniversary Fund. Linda?
Thank you, John. The Eau Claire Community Foundation's board chairs and their families came together to start the President's Anniversary Fund so they could award bonus grants in honor of this special occasion. When the decision to award the bonus grants was announced to the nonprofits, the foundation received 50 applications. It was an incredibly difficult decision to narrow them down. We decided to award 4 President's Anniversary grants, one for each of the giving categories you just heard of. Each award is $2,500 in honor of the foundation's 25 years. Sue Bornick will be announcing each of the grantees. We ask that a representative of each grantee come forward and pause for a photo when you receive your check.
Our Create Culture grantee is the Wisconsin Logging Museum. The museum is in urgent need of funds to fix a leaky roof in one of its historic buildings that is a visitor's favorite. We're glad this money can help keep the visitors warm and dry as they learn about Wisconsin history. The Form Futures grantee is Western Dairyland Economic Opportunity Council. They requested funding to educate parents, teachers, and child care professionals about new ways to promote early childhood development through play. ECCF is proud to help enhance opportunities for the next generation. Our Give Green grantee is Outdoor More Incorporated. They requested funding for a ski lift, lights, and other equipment for the skiing and sledding hill at Pinehurst Park. This well-loved park already provides families year-round recreation thanks to the dedicated volunteers of Outdoor More, and ECCF is proud to support their work. Last but not least, our Offer Opportunities grantee is the Children's Service Society of Wisconsin. The Children's Service Society requested funding to provide mental health support for traumatized children. Recent events have demonstrated that a crucial need is to address mental health, especially in young people, so ECCF is proud to support the Children's Service Society's work.
As the Board of Trustees reviewed the grant applications, we saw, as you can imagine with 50 applications, we saw the need in our community. Because of this, the decision was made to award an additional $2,500 grant. Our Board of Trustees recognized that the pressure that skyrocketing food costs are putting on families and other members of our communities. That's why we are awarding a 5th grant to St. Francis Food Pantry. These dollars will provide fresh produce and other healthy food to those in need. The foundation is proud to help the St. Francis Food Pantry meet this important need. Thank you to the board members who spent hours reviewing the grant applications and helped make the selections. I'd also like to thank our founders, committee members, volunteers, donors, staff, fund holders who make grants like this possible. At this time, I would like to recognize our hardworking foundation staff. Would you please stand to be recognized, even though they're all really bashful, so they don't like to do this? Sue Bornick, our executive director. Aaron Dayton, our operations director. Rebecca Whitebody, program specialist. There's Rebecca. Brenna Lindsay Schrupp, office and program assistant. Cindy Fazer is our financial assistant. And Emily Kuipers and Hannah Schweinbeck are our graphic design interns. I had someone ask me recently what I love about the foundation and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And there are a lot of great things about it. I meet a lot of great people, but our staff is amazing. And it starts at the top with Sue Bornick. She is the most dedicated, passionate person I think we could ever have in that position. She doesn't like attention. She just goes out and works really hard on behalf of the foundation, goes over and above what she needs, and she does lead by example. And I think it's reflected in our entire staff. So guys, thank you all for all the hard work you do. I don't think you get enough recognition. Before we conclude tonight, we want to honor the founders who made this all possible. There's no better person to do this than Sue Teets, who has been part of the Eau Claire Community Foundation from the start. Not only is Sue a Society of Founders member, she was also on the founding board of trustees. She is a past chair of the foundation, is currently on the personnel committee, and is a Women's Giving Circle founding member. She has also served on the Eau Claire Public Schools Foundation board. Sue and her husband, Roger, established the Susan and Roger Teets Fund and are members of the Foundation's Legacy Society. The Foundation sincerely thanks Sue for building a legacy of generosity and community involvement as enduring as the business she helped build, McDonough Manufacturing. I'm truly honored to introduce Sue Teets. Sue?
Okay, where's my script? Aaron, where's my script? Did you take it? Okay. Sure, thank you, I think. Well, I have a couple of thank yous of my own. First of all, I thank the founding board for inviting me to be part of them. I mean, as a 20-year-old, and they accepted me 25 years ago on their board. I mean, it was a hell of a risk they took, and I can't thank them enough. And I also want to tell you how proud I am to sit at that table, table number 15, with Jack and Cleo Young, Dick and Marcia Larson, and John and Maureen Homestead. I became a member of the Board of Trustees because Mr. Homestead called me and said, I want you to come to a meeting. Not, will you please come to a meeting, but I want you to come to a meeting. And so, of course, I went. Well, I think I'm in the right place here. So anyway, I'm glad I could help make the dream of the Eau Claire Community Foundation a reality, but I wasn't alone in the process. Will my fellow founder members please stand? Thank you for all the good you've done in the community. I'd like to personally acknowledge all the people who helped create the foundation, but we need another event for that. When the foundation was barely off the ground, I got a call from John, and of course I went to the meeting that he told me to attend. I went, and the rest is history. I learned about foundations and the benefit they bestow on their communities. Joining the Society of Founders was an honor, and creating our family fund was exciting. I was delighted to get to know the people around the conference table. They've all impacted my life in some way, but none more than Dick Cable, who was everyone's friend. His kindness and generosity illuminated the lives of everyone who knew him, and he took no credit for it. Now I don't know where I'm going. Although, let's see, I got it. Although he didn't live to see this day, his spirit is with us. In the video you're about to see, Dick spoke about Eau Claire Community Foundation's early days and how Arnie Domer inspired him.
TV in the paper there. So we met at the foundation office. And it had been decided that rather than Arnie answering the questions, that Dick Larson, a good friend of Arnie's, would come and meet with him and have an interview. And they would talk about it, and which they did. And they reminisced about Eau Claire, and they decided, no, okay, Arnie, what would you like to do? And I can remember Arnie's comment. He said, I don't know. Why don't you set up just like you had it, Dick Larson? You know, I want it just like you have it. And Dick says, okay. Arnie says, okay. And the conversation was over. And so what followed after that was to set up the same kind of plans for Arnie and his family as Dick did. Now to your question. Just before the conversation left, or ended, so to speak, on that Monday morning, and Arnie said, I want to say one more thing. He said, we made it here, and we want to leave it here. Thinking, oh, there's another story for another time. Arnie came from a very, very modest background in Eau Claire. I mean, it was just, and I heard him tell people about how difficult it was when he was a child during the Depression. And so everything he earned was here in Eau Claire, and he wanted to leave it here. I thought, that makes sense. So what I learned from Arnie Domer was that Marlene and I moved in '72. We've lived here now for nearly 50 years. And we had a successful business, and it was very successful. And we were able to do some things, and we had our gifting set up and plans, and we decided the Eau Claire Community Foundation is the place to leave it here, because that which we made it here, there's nothing like the foundation to give it to the entire community. So that's been the motivation for the foundation for me for all these years, thanks to Arnie Domer.
We made it here and we want to leave it here. Those words capture the spirit of the Eau Claire Community Foundation. Thank you again, founders, for making this dream into a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue, for that, and thanks for all you do and have done over the years for our wonderful community here. The Eau Claire Community Foundation is thrilled to have accomplished so much in the first 25 years, and we're excited to begin another quarter century of service to the community. We're grateful to everyone who made this journey possible, especially the Legacy Society members who will keep us strong for our next milestone anniversary. Most of all, we're grateful to have you with us tonight. Before we conclude, we'd like to thank Florian Gardens for the fantastic job they've done with tonight. How about a round of applause for Dave and Josh and the team here in Florian Gardens? We'd also like to thank Holly Jacobson, who, while we were doing all this kind of thing and chit-chat and that kind of, she's been working on some artwork over here, a beautiful piece of art up at the front. Just please stop by, creating a beautiful commemorative painting. Feel free to kind of take a peek on your way out. And we do ask that Society of Founders members, please gather for a photo before you leave tonight. That's going to be over by the big letters over here, the big light-up letters. Not just anybody has big light-up letters like that, but the Community Foundation, well, you stick around for 25 years, you get really cool things like light-up letters. Just saying. Who knows what they got planned for 50? I can hardly wait. That concludes our program this evening. Again, Society of Founders members, please just take a moment to get some photos with everyone else. Thank you for coming, and keep doing all the great work that you continue to do on behalf of the Eau Claire Community Foundation. Thank you so much.